All right, what's going on YouTube? Back with another lifting video. Turn up the mic a little bit more than last time and then more than the previous time. So I know the last two videos were kind of quiet. So hopefully you guys can hear me better in this video. And today I'm gonna do bench, incline bench again and some pronation lifts. So just do the strap pronation lift. That'll be the main one. Or warm up a little bit of tricep too. That's what I was doing last time while I was doing bench. A couple sets of tricep push down. And I'm gonna talk a little bit about pronation lift because everybody's calling it pronation, and technically, you know, according to like Devin and all these guys, they call it pronation lift too. But in theory, really, in like scientific term, because you know you're going off your scientific term of supination and then pronation, right? So that lift that everybody calls pronation like this, it's actually like a neutral lift. It's not even a pronation lift. You're just trying not to get supinated and engaging your pronation, but you're not really engaging pronation by being like this. You know, like Irakli, how Irakli does his pronation lift, and Nugo, they actually, obviously, like everybody already knows that. You grab the belt and you just pull in upward, right? You're pronating your wrist from a supinated position to a pronated position, right? So that's pronation. You know, supination is opening of the palm. Look it up on Google. You know, supination, pronation. So when people do that Devin Lara lift and they lift, you know, they hold, you're not really pronating. You're just doing a static fucking lift, like if it was like a bench or something, you know. So yeah, you get the point, right? You get the idea. So all right, let's get to bench, warm up some tricep, and then we'll see what we can hit on incline. All right, so warm up some tricep here. I'm still not gonna do like a bunch of reps right now, just because I'm gonna try to get my strength up, which requires you to do low reps and heavy weight. Even for tricep warming up, I'm not gonna like do like 30 reps. It's gonna be maybe 6 to 8 reps, especially in that. 5, stick to 5s, triples, then singles for the last couple sets. Again, always warm up with a good amount of sets, even if it's like, I'm gonna stick to volume. It's always the same amount of sets, just more reps, right? I mean, it works out good all the time. Like, you know, I'm gonna do 5, just 5 with the bar, throw on a 25, do 5, 35, 5, 185, 5, and then we'll go from there on how I feel of doing like triples or singles, you know, just how the weight feels in general. Arms are still a little sore from Thursday. I went a little heavy at the gym, but I'll be wearing the sleeves and the wraps eventually, so that should help with a little bit of support. Obviously, like I always tell you guys, the sleeves help, the wraps, especially if you want to bench. You know, for arm wrestling, bench is not too like, bench is bench, right? Bench is just bench, right? It's not gonna help you in arm wrestling unless you're like an elite lifter and you know how to bench and your arms are already big and strong and you bench for like strength and you know what the fuck you're doing, right? But if you're like a beginner for arm wrestling, you don't even bench. It's a waste of time. So alright guys, so one thing I wanted to point out too was that you know, everybody talks about JM presses like they're popular right now for anything, for bench, for arm wrestling, for whatever. Everybody's doing them online, all these big fitness people, power lifters, whatever. Everybody's doing JM presses, right? The reason why they're doing them is because like skull crushers, like depending how you do skull crushers, it's the exact same thing. Other than you're probably a little bit more specific on the movement and a little bit more like, what is it called? Like, I guess just specific, like, you know, I always forget these fucking words and terms, but you're a little bit more isolating the triceps, you know, like doing them real clean, I guess you would say. You know, it's not like skull crushers where you're kind of swinging the weight, you know, trying to get the weight up. But to be honest, any tricep workout I've noticed, because I don't do JM presses. Like, I don't give two fucks about JM presses, right? Any tricep workout, as long as you're isolating it right and doing it right, and you're not throwing on the whole fucking stack and barely getting it, you know, anybody can sit there and go like this, right? All you're doing is just locking that joint up, you know. It's like a leg press. You throw on 600 fucking pounds, your legs aren't even straight. You're already like at an angle. You're going down maybe 15, 20 degrees, and then you're going back up. You're not pushing anything. You're just sliding the weight around. That's why I don't do leg presses. They're fucking useless. So again, like, don't throw on some heavy ass weight for anything tricep related, but I feel like that's what helped that tendon too. But to be honest, the most effective one was pronating. So a lot of bands like this. And I felt like that was just stretching that tendon here, you know, from doing the pronation, stretching. If you notice, everything just stretches, right? JM press, you're only stressing that part right there. So you're going like this, right? You could do them here. If you don't have a bar or whatever, or you're just not comfortable sitting on a bar and do them, you know, because to be honest, you're not gonna throw on a 35 or a 45 and a 45-pound bar and do JM presses, right? That's like elite fucking level, heavy fucking dudes that lift some heavy ass weight shit. Like, nobody's gonna be throwing that on. You're probably gonna throw the bar on 2.5s and, you know, do that. Even then, that's 55 pounds. Skull crushers in general are hard as shit. So get your, like, if you're gonna work on your tricep to fix your elbow movement or your elbow pain, just do it on a rack, you know, or on a pulley system, and imitate the same movement. So right there, that would be a JM press, right? So this is why I love the rope tricep push down, because you can just do so much with it. Like, you can do probably like 4 fucking workouts with just the tricep rope push down. You know, you got, like what I was saying, your JM press imitation, right? All tricep, no forearm really. Regular rope push down. At the end, I always turn out my wrist a little bit so I can get a little bit more flexion in the tricep. Reverse tricep over the head. These are a lot easier. These are imitating, like, if you ever done like seated tricep with a dumbbell, same thing, but it's not as isolated like the dumbbell one. That one I feel like puts too much pressure on the elbows where it hurts to a point. So these are a lot more comfortable. You can open up a little bit, and the rope you can just move around. You know, you're not isolated like to a specific like angle and movement. Which again, it's just your preference of what you like. But I think if you can't do the jam presses, do the pulley tricep. Anything tricep. Stick to light reps for a while until your pain goes away, and then you go heavier. You know, like. So let's get another bench set in. Last tricep push down here. So also doing the pronation lift. I actually forgot to swap this over to. So this is what I mean about the pronation lift not even being a pronation lift. It's more of like a anti-supination lift because you're trying not to get supinated because the strap wraps around your thumb and it wants to supinate you. So you're trying to engage your pronation. That's why I also say it's like a neutral lift. And the other day somebody commented on IAF Facebook page and I accidentally posted that, you know, when the strap goes over the thumb, it's pronation, and then the strap goes over the knuckles, it's riser. But if you really think about it, this is more like, again, anything's gonna help your riser, right? Like, everybody always thinks you gotta hit the top and rise. Well, that's not the case because nobody's ever fucking grabbing your hand like this in arm wrestling and pushing down, right? It's all like on your palm, the back of your hand, you know, they grip here and then push down. Well, isn't that where the pronation lift, or supposedly where the pronation lift called is when people grip you here, they're pushing down there. So isn't technically that a pronation, you know, engagement, like, you know, whatever you want to call it. Too many fucking terms in arm wrestling world. So this is what I mean, right? You're staying in a neutral position. Fuck, I fucked this band up. Right? You're not pronating. You're not getting supinated. So why the fuck is this called a pronation lift? Son of a bitch. It's pissing me off. Well, it's all heated up right now. So that's just 60 pounds, right? So I'm gonna cut the triples down after the next one. Fuck, it's getting hot down here. All right. Hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying about that whole movement. Like, really, you know, it's like a power clean, right? It's like a power clean. No, clean and jerk. Let's go to clean and jerk. Overall strength, right? It's not a fucking clean, and it's not just a jerk, and it's not a squat, and it's not an overhead press. All of it at the same fucking time. You know, fucking, you know how they do it and they split, right? Clean and jerk. Why is this just called a pronation lift? It's not just pronating. So they should call this something else. Somebody come up with a term. All right. £80 for single. right, so weights right now feel super heavy. It's probably from Thursday's workout. I mean, it's been 2 days. You know, I took Friday, Saturday off, but like when you hit arms like super heavy, you know, like your bench is gonna get affected. You know, it's not just all chest; it's fucking arms. They feel good. They're just sore. So no pain or anything. Maybe a little bit like right at the elbow right here, but yeah, that's why you gotta use the wraps. You know, even though they do help a lot, it's still like getting you to avoid any fucking injuries or, you know. So 255 for 3. I wanted to do 275 for 3, but I think this is good. Actually, the next jump would have been what is that? 10 and 5. Yeah, 275. So last time I did the plates, I added like the wrong weight at the wrong time. So like I always go up by this weight. So it's like 25, the bar 25, 30 or 45, 45, 55, 65. Is it? Yeah, 165. That takes you up to 185, and a 5, and then from that 85, so 170, 185, 195, you jump up to 225, and then 255, and then 275, and then from 275 it would be 290, and fuck, that's still a lot more weight, man. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, we'll eventually get there to 315, hopefully. Get at least 3 fucking reps with that would be a pretty big PR for me. I've never actually hit 315. Now that I think about it, I've only hit 300 on flat. I think the last time I said I hit 315 on flat, I didn't. It was actually just 300 on flat and 285 on incline. That's what it was. I don't think I hit 300 on incline. But again, numbers are going up good. So right now I'm going to do 90 pounds for single pronation lift. Like I was saying, it's not even a pronation lift. It's more like back pressure, really, to be honest. I mean, if you're on the table and they call this back pressure, what's the difference between you setting it on your leg and saying it's a pronation when it's not? It's a fucking, pretty much like a back pressure, brachialis fucking lift. You know, I mean, obviously you're trying to get you're not trying to get supinated, but you're also not pronating, because pronating is inward, remember that. So you're not lifting it like this, because that would be like like reverse hand, like curl, like a reverse curl for your brachialis, which is engaged more than your bicep, but obviously your bicep's still gonna get engaged, which is not as much. I don't know. Hopefully you guys get what I was trying to say, because like if you really think about some of these lifts, like these arm wrestling lifts, it's not like Topzilla where like he grabs the fucking multi-spinner and literally goes like this. Straight side pressure, right? You can't argue with him. You're also using your hand and your grip strength, to hold on to that weight, But again, Topzilla doesn't like to hold. He always likes to go to the straps, which is odd. You would think his hand would be stronger by holding stuff, and you get the idea, right? But I don't know. Everything works out different for everybody. So let's get back to this pronation shit. Oh, fuck yeah. Well, one more try. Not fucked. Yeah, that's not going up today. Too sore. That's gotta be it. Oh, fuck. All right, one more shot. Now I'm gonna do 75 for a couple sets of reps, or a couple sets, reps. Oh, fuck. Yeah, that ain't going up. I'm just gonna do 75 for 2 sets of 5, and then we'll call it. It'll be it for this workout. I think that was fine. All right, so end of this workout. Pronation was not there. The pronation lift. The bench was super heavy today. Usually I don't lift on Sundays most of the time, but shit, I don't know, man. That I wanted to get a workout in today, and obviously it was pretty decent. It wasn't bad. Just wish I could push more weight. So that's the thing now. Like Monday, probably hit the gym. Depending how I feel, I've been doing a lot of like rows where like I'll just hold like machine rows and Mandugas, right? Everybody knows Mandugas. He just pulled Janice at East versus West 17. He was talking about he don't even cup all the way in when he pulls back, when he does a type of row movement or cupping, whatever you want to call it in arm wrestling world. He like just stays, you know, a couple degrees in. So I've been doing a lot of those. To be honest, like you gotta add a lot of weight to feel it. Like, especially if you're just holding, you're just a static hold, you know, slight little micro movement. I mean, everything's gonna help that these guys tell you, right? Like, it's not just all about curls and hammer curls and so many fucking types of workouts for arm wrestling. It's unbelievable. It's almost annoying, to be honest. Just give me 3 fucking good workouts, and I wish that's what just helped in arm wrestling in general. 3 workouts, or maybe even 5 max, you know. Like for chest, flat fucking bench, dumbbell flies, and maybe, you know, dumbbell press, incline maybe, you know, like get the stretch of your chest out, you know, flies, flat bench. Literally only 3 exercises you need to build a huge fucking chest. Like I have a big fucking chest myself, but it's probably from just hitting bench every once in a while, you know, like if you think about it, like a lot of the times, the more you work out, the smaller your muscles are gonna get because you're just burning them out, right? So chest I do once a week, legs I do once a week now. I used to do them twice a week, but now I just do them once a week. I haven't even squatted either. Just the gym I'll hit like everything, leg extensions, leg curls. I've been doing a lot of leg curls. I feel like my hamstrings have grown a lot. Like sometimes my fucking jeans don't fit. Let's see what else. Next bench session will probably not be till Friday. Maybe Friday I'll hit another bench session. It's just bench. I don't call it chest because I'm not focusing on chest. I'm just doing a bench session, like bench, and right now I did pronation lift. Triceps to warm up the triceps too, because a lot of tricep in that press. So that's it.